Karma. It's a concept many believe they understand, yet few truly grasp its complexity. Often reduced to a moral scorecard, karma is far more profound. It's not merely about good or bad, punishment or reward. Karma is a force of balance, a silent architect working behind the scenes, restoring equilibrium to a universe that craves harmony. It doesn't judge, it calculates. And the results of those calculations, well, they arrive with perfect timing, sometimes subtle, sometimes earth-shattering. But no matter how it manifests, karma is inevitable. Karma doesn't rush. It doesn't need to chase you down. Think of it as a silent watcher, observing, waiting. People might feel untouchable, thinking their actions have no consequences. They might climb to the top, thinking they've outwitted everyone. But that's when karma is most potent. When you're comfortable, when you believe you've won. It strikes when the moment is perfect, delivering consequences in a way that feels both poetic and inescapable. There's no need for violence, no dramatic fanfare. Karma works in whispers just as much as it does in storms. It waits, patiently weaving consequences into the fabric of your life. You may not see it coming, and that's what makes it so powerful. The moment you believe you're free, that's when karma acts. Many people misunderstand karma, thinking it's purely about retribution. They believe karma is only for the guilty, for those who've wronged others. But karma isn't bound by those simplistic notions of justice. It's a mirror, reflecting back the energy you send into the world. It doesn't care if your intentions were good or bad. It only cares about balance. Every action ripples through the universe, creating effects we often don't see until it's too late. Imagine throwing a stone into a pond. The ripples spread outward, touching places far beyond the initial impact. Your actions, your choices, are like those ripples. They don't just affect the immediate moment. They echo into the future, into spaces you can't predict. And when those ripples return, that's karma. It's not personal. It's not about punishment. It's about balance. The beauty of karma is in its subtlety. Sometimes it doesn't come crashing down like a tidal wave. Instead, it slips quietly into your life, barely noticeable at first. A missed opportunity here, a lingering regret there. Karma doesn't always need to be loud. The quiet consequences, the ones that gnaw at you slowly, can be far more devastating than any grand spectacle. Have you ever made a decision, small at the time, but found it weighing on you years later? Maybe it was a relationship you took for granted, or a moment of selfishness that cost you something precious. Karma's touch can be as soft as a whisper, yet as impactful as a shout. It's those sleepless nights when regret replays like a broken record, the quiet knowing that you could have acted differently, that you set this chain of events in motion. Then, of course, there's the other side of karma, the dramatic, unmistakable fall. For those who rise high on the backs of others, who manipulate and deceive, karma's return can be swift and brutal. The higher you climb, the further you have to fall, and karma always ensures that fall is felt. There's a certain irony in it. The ones who believe they're invincible, who think they've escaped the consequences of their actions, are the ones karma strikes hardest. It's not about revenge. Karma doesn't act out of malice. But when you disrupt the balance, when your actions tip the scales too far in one direction, karma will return things to equilibrium. And often, that means a harsh reckoning. The universe corrects itself, and those corrections can be painful. People like to believe they're in control. They think their choices define their destiny. But what they forget is that every choice carries with it an unseen consequence, a ripple effect that stretches beyond what they can see. They think they're escaping the consequences, that if they just move fast enough or make the right moves, they'll outrun karma. But karma isn't chasing them. It's waiting for the right moment. The illusion of control is just that, an illusion. The harder they run, the more they weave themselves into karma's web. Every deceit, every betrayal, every selfish action is a thread in that web. And one day, when they're wrapped too tightly to escape, karma pulls the thread. They fall, and by the time they realize what's happening, it's already too late. Karma doesn't hunt you down. It lets you set the trap for yourself. Here's the thing about karma. It's not just about how others treat you or what they've done to you. It's about your choices, too. Every reaction, every decision you make contributes to your karma. How you respond to the challenges life throws your way defines your own future. People often react impulsively, letting anger, frustration, or fear dictate their responses. But that's the trap. Karma isn't just about what happens to you. It's about how you handle what happens to you. Rise above the chaos, and you avoid entangling yourself in a cycle of negativity. But if you let the darkness consume you, if you respond in kind to cruelty, you're only feeding karma's fire. True power lies in restraint. People expect reactions. When someone wrongs you, they expect you to strike back. But that's where karma works its magic. By refusing to play their game, by holding your ground and staying calm, you deny them power. You don't feed into their negativity, and in doing so, you free yourself from the consequences of their actions. It's not about turning the other cheek or being passive. It's about knowing when to act and when to remain still. Sometimes, the most powerful move you can make is to do nothing at all. In that stillness, you reflect the true strength of your character. Let others flail in their storms of anger and resentment. Your calmness will be their undoing. Karma takes care of the rest. Most people fail to see how their own actions contribute to the storms in their lives. They curse the consequences, playing the victim in a narrative they themselves have written. But karma isn't fooled. It doesn't care for your justifications or excuses. It only knows balance. The moment you begin to understand that, the moment you become aware of your part in the cycle, is the moment you can break free. Self-awareness is the key to mastering karma. Understanding the ripple effect of your choices, seeing the patterns you've created, and choosing to act differently, that's how you avoid the traps karma sets. But it's not easy. Comfort pulls you back. Convention whispers that following the same path will protect you. But that's the lie. The only way to truly escape the storm is to confront it head-on, to face the consequences of your own actions and change course. Karma isn't some cosmic punishment or reward system. It's not about fairness, and it's not driven by emotions. It's a force of balance, a universal law that ensures that every action, every choice, every ripple you send into the world comes back to you in some form. You cannot escape it, and you cannot cheat it. But by understanding it, by accepting that your actions create your reality, you can live in harmony with it. In the end, karma isn't about what happens to you. It's about what you do next, how you respond to life's challenges, how you treat others, and how you move through the world will define the balance you experience. And that's the real power of karma. It's always in your hands. If you're looking for more content on self-growth, healing, and finding strength in difficult times, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. so you never miss a new video. I've got a lot more empowering content coming your way, and I'd love to have you join this amazing community. Take care, and remember, you're irreplaceable. See you in the next video.